All right. Just want to go briefly about this. And the Caracas, Venezuela, specifically, there. A lot of people are protesting, especially the National Guard. They're protesting against President-elect Nicolas Maduro. If I'm pronouncing his name wrong, I'm sorry, but recently, right now, Congress stated that he didn't succeed his campaign, and he wasn't a legitimate contender. He did it illegitimately, and specifically right now, people are getting upset at this moment. And Venezuela and these countries in South America, we go back into Brazil, and how a majority of their country is based on off just a foundation of selling drugs, and it's like a multi-billion-dollar industry. Of course, you got sex trafficking. It goes on to like a lot of countries, but things are pretty big over there, and a lot of politicians are getting away from like killing individuals. They're speaking up for the truth. People that's protesting, they not getting equal rights. And this is a huge trend that's going on. People are starting to wake up, and people are understanding that, listen, their votes are not counting against this, man. And they're really upset. I mean, they just need some answers. I mean, specifically in his campaign, I think right now, it was the opposition. I wrote my notes here. It's the opposition here in relation to a Protect Health of Venezuela into 2017. So it was a protest in 2017 that left over 125 people, perishing there. Investors driven up to the prices of the country for drifted bonds for a new government, according to Wall Street. More than 4,000 low-ranking officers were deserted last year. So the salary had a significant decrease in 2 million%, and a huge installation. And the people who was in the low ranking that's working for them in the military, they want some answers. They really want more money, and they want to be treated a little bit better, man. It's according to the low-ranking officers there, and the thing is, it's not right. And I was just thinking at this moment now, this huge protest is going on. They're trying to take a stand. It's going to be interesting here who's going to really take this place. I know Vice President Mike Pence, he did a video message explaining about this whole situation. And Trump is really meeting him in Venezuela. But according to my notes too, the barracks are not are totally convinced that Mr. Nicolas Maduro really is not the president. Some military personnel suspected in plotting against the government, which is going to lead to a descendants being abused and killed based on their family members, so and tortured, according to his high-ranking officials. You got Hugo Chavez, who's a socialist, Democrat Socialist Party there, member in Venezuela. They was really having meetings about this too, just trying to invoke change into this country. But if Nicolas Maduro didn't really succeed at this, I mean, I'm really not surprised, because right now we did have a North Republican lawmaker that's representing in North Carolina, I'm sorry, and he didn't, according to the midterm elections, he didn't really earn his spot there. But they was investigating that he was cheating and doing all this crazy stuff, man, just to get elected and have this power. But it goes back into people just want the sovereignty, like the Illuminati. They really want sovereignty. They want to strip that away from citizens, and they want to have their main agenda is to live immortal. To live immortal and have a control of a whole world government. But a lot of these middle countries, man, people are starting to wake up into politics. Like, listen, this is not right. This is not cool. There's a lot of people that are struggling economically. It's an economic collapse that's going on because of your negligence, man. And now you just empower, and then we really vote you in. And how did you bend the means to actually have these connections to actually win again in an election? So it kind of goes back into that. We go back to the electoral votes back in the United States instead of the popular vote. So at the same time, it really discourages a lot of citizens in countries that I can have an agenda, I can have money, but it's the powers that be, that people who control these politicians, they're going to elect whoever they want or select, to be the forefront. According to the Bilderbergs, we got to do more research on that in America, man. That was chosen Barack Obama, chosen, President Trump. People do this Bohemian rituals where they sacrifice blood, humans and everything, and it's just like 12 of them. They do these different chants for the Luciferian age, man, and so they can access power and wealth, and pretty much Lucifer is their god. And they do this, with the owl and all these different type of symbolism, man. It's really ridiculous, man. So to the powers that be, we just got to get right with Christ, man. I mean, right now, I've been thinking a lot of thinking, of course, too, about the government shutdown that's been going on a lot, man. That's been affecting military personnel. It's been affecting TSA, Transportation Security Administration. It's been affecting just many individuals, man. I know I made a lot of countless videos about this, but just continuously, this is pretty much the birth pains according to the book of Mark and Matthew chapter 24. Man, it's gonna be famine. It's gonna be things that's gonna, that's not gonna be in our control, but it has to pass in order for Christ to return, Elijah to come, and then for us to really receive the full glory of Christ. Because at the same time, we gotta reach into that new Jerusalem, which is the new earth. Okay, so when Satan be released from his prison, he gonna be destroyed. He's gonna be a pile of ash. And I tell you this, he's borrowing off a lost time. He's trying to destroy as many people as he can because he don't want to burn in hell by himself. So he's trying to get all these precious people because we are created in God's image. But he have demonic entities that study us and knows our weakness and our strengths to, eliminate us spiritually, through lust or the pride, just anything that's just opposite, alcoholism. I mean, just murder, confusion, just being hurt, all these things, man, that's just really eating us inside, man, and he's just feeding to the flesh. But thing is, if we read the Bible every single day, meditate on this word day and night, so we have a prosperous life in Joshua 1:8, the demonic spirits won't have no ability to access these different portals to entice us each and every single day. So we gotta, gather our sword and we gotta continuously to move forward, man. Because yeah, it's gonna be times like people they might not have money, they might introduce some type of new wave chip, but the thing is, they have access to your soul, and then these spirits gonna definitely entice you, and then they're gonna get millions and billions of people, right? To fall. Then next, when Jesus come, we're not ready. The people who took the children are not prepared, and I just feel like right now this is a little seed that's being implanted right now. That's going on. The people that's going through in Indonesia, as far as the earthquakes and all this stuff, man. The government programs that's going to be eliminated in February if the government shut down continuously to continue in America. Then we had the situation in Venezuela, man. Just corrupt politicians just being in power for no reason, man, so they can continuously do their bidding. To the people in Venezuela, let's pray that you get someone that's righteous in there, the righteous in office, man, because we need government, we need some type of order, but it's just been all tainted with tyranny and people's going through their own will and not for the wills of the citizens. But that's all I had to say about this, man. In Caracas, Venezuela. Hopefully this will be a peaceful protest, but this was really going on. You guys continue to like, comment, subscribe, tell me what you guys think. Stay blessed. I'm out.